Welcome back. We're going to talk about pages, and this is probably going to be one of the most confusing tutorials, as well as it's going to be a little bit longer than two. It's going to be longer than I typically do videos for. Now I want to freak you out when I say confusing, but there's a lot of different things at play here, a lot of different sections that involve what we call pages. And so I just want to preface it with some of these things are really easy. The banner, we upload an image, or we just upload some text. Pages got a lot of little different things going on to make everything work. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and just get started, I guess. Right now, I'm in the dashboard. I'm under the pages section. And we have, right here at least a handful of what we've already done for you. Your About Us page, your blog setup, contact, etc. Now, when we go to the front end, we have a home page, but it's got some other things going on, and that's why I'm saying it might be a little confusing at first when we first go over this, as opposed to the About page. It's also got some different things going on, and it's completely set up differently from how the home page is with layout and information and whatnot. Now, first thing I want to do is go ahead and just let me create a new page. Let's go ahead and do that first. Alright, now first thing we want to do is name the page. So just for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and just call this Charlie's page. Okay, next is, let's go ahead and drop some content in here. So just put, whatever, some content would go here. And go ahead and drop in some more. Actually, let me make this a title so you can kind of see everything going. Now, I forgot one thing is you might not see these extra icons, this extra section. We click, we can actually reduce and open other icons if you're wondering how I'm getting these. So anyways, let's go ahead and make this a title. So I'll do that by choosing, let's see, heading 2. And I think I'm going to drop in a little image in here, make it look all pretty and nice by clicking this little icon to the top left. So this little icon right here, make sure you selected wherever you want to insert this image. Click this little icon. I can grab from my computer or the library. I think go ahead and get it from the library. Let me do this one. I'll click show. And what's really cool with WordPress, I can choose sizes. I have different sizes, so we'll see that right here. This one's got 4 options. I'm going to do this medium-sized one. And I can also float it, meaning I can wrap the text around it left or right or whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and do sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and do a right float. I'm going to choose insert into post. Not use as featured image. Featured image is that box we use over here for special circumstances. But this one we're actually inserting into the page around the text. So that's what that's for. Go ahead and click insert into post. We'll see the images here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just save this draft. That way we can kind of see what's going on, save progress, etc. And I can view this by clicking preview over here. And here we are. Here's my title that I have a heading tag for. Here's the name of the actual page. Here's my image floated right. It's got this nice little banner around it. Okay, so we've got a couple things going on here. And obviously it's like an email, so if you want to add a hyperlink, you could just highlight it and click the hyperlink, enter in your URL. If you want to open it in a new link, in a new window or not, that's up to you. I can click this, save it, go ahead and preview this. Now here's my little hyperlink. So there's a couple, different things that we can actually do for this particular website. So it's pretty cool in that regard. Now, over to the right, we have this publish box. Now right now I've just been saving it, so if I want to publish it to where I can actually make it live, I can do that, obviously by clicking publish. And once it becomes published, it just says update. So if you have to come in here and you have to make future updates and changes and stuff, you would just click update. Same thing as a save. Now what's really nice and cool is this preview. So let's say you come in here and you do some stuff and you're not sure how it's going to look. Well, I don't know if I want to save it. Well, you don't have to save it. You can actually preview the change before you save it. So if something looks wrong or off or goofy, you just change it, and then when you're ready, you hit update. So you don't necessarily have to update or save every time you make a change. Next is this information here. It tells you whether it's published or not, which obviously I already did that. If it's viewable by the public, means you can actually make this a password protected site really easily, like generic. So if I did password protected, that's page, I mean, not site, excuse me. If I did password protected, make a password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I could do that. Now, if a person comes to that page, it won't open without them having the password. They enter the password, they can view the page. So I'm not sure if you're ever going to need that, but you do have that. So let's go ahead and put that back to public. And then the date it's published. So the date it's created, because it's a database and because it's WordPress and it's built on a blogging system and format, everything is time-stamped. So every time you make something, it timestamps it. So if you ever want to make this an older day, for whatever the reason may be, you can do that, which is really good for blogging. You just have the same effect with pages and other areas. You can do that same exact thing. Go ahead and cancel that. Okay. What's really important, and this is the part that's going to get a little bit confusing for other areas, is this page attributes box. Now right now we're using default template, which is called default template, and that's excuse me. That's what has given us this look right here. This is basically default. So if you just want to generic, you know, your header, your footer, the white space, insert some stuff, that's your template for that, which is default. Now you'll see if I open this up, we have other sections. We have your blog page, we have your contact page, we have, you know, full width, which really in all reality is default. Your home page, products, gallery, and all that kind of stuff. And basically is, like I was saying in the beginning, is some of the pages are just formatted differently. If I come to your blog page, clearly it's a blog and clearly it's laid out completely different from the home page, from your products page, and etc. So when you're making pages and sections, you have to choose which template you want, what format you want. For, you know, the chance that you're ever going to have to do anything with the blog format or the contact page format or gallery format are really rare. I don't know why or when you would ever have to use that. However, I need to go over it. I need to let you know how your system's working, just in case something happens, there's an issue, you understand that. So for the most part, you're only going to be working with a couple of these, but I want to, you know, let you know. So let me go ahead and delete this real quick. This trash, and I'll actually, every section's got a trash. You can actually move stuff to the trash, but it's not really deleted until you come into the trash and remove it, officially remove it. So delete permanently, which I'm doing now. Okay, so let's go ahead and just kind of backtrack again. Let me show you the contact page. Here's the contact page, different layout and everything else, right? So if I come to the contact page, what we have here, we have the contact page, we have no text, no information, because all we have is the form and then the right sidebar that has, you know, the address and your Google map and all that kind of good stuff. All right, but what's the key element here? The binding element is the template. It's contact page. So if I came in here and I put this thing as default template and I update this, what's going to happen to this page? Alright, so now I look a little silly. I'm not sure why that is. That actually should break this page. Me doing that, setting this default template. Anyways, it might be a caching issue, might be something on my side. Forget that you're seeing that. But the point is that we got to have the right template set up for the right sections. And like I said, don't worry about that this didn't show up at the time of this video. I promise that's how the system works and how it will continue to work. Okay. Now, same thing for the blog. If I come into the blog page, there's no information here, even though when we come to the blog, we have blog posts, right? Okay, so I can see the template is the blog. That's what's letting it lay out like that. So in the future, when you're making pages, and I'm going to go over some of these other ones, probably I'm going to do a part 2 because it's just, there's a lot of stuff to cover in individual areas. When you're making a page or working with individual areas, you got to make sure that template page is correct that you're working with. And then what I'll do is do a part 2 of this video, and I'm going to cover the home page that's specific and a couple other minor things. Okay, thanks.